The midwife's house. The barangay looked untouched. That was what frightened Amara the most. While the rest of the city burned, sirens dead, towers dark, smoke crawling between buildings, this pocket of old Manila remained lit by oil lamps and candle glow. Wooden houses stood intact. Chickens roosted quietly. A bamboo gate hung open, welcoming. No screams, no blood, no rot in the air. Too clean. People live here? Ronnie whispered. They survive here, said the old woman waiting by the gate. She stood barefoot on the packed earth, spine bent but eyes sharp as cut glass. Her hair was white and braided down her back. A shawl covered her shoulders despite the heat. I am Inang Bato, she said gently. Midwife, healer. You are safe now. Amara felt it then. Not danger, not hunger. Authority. The kind that made people obey without knowing why. The survivors followed Inang Bato inside. The house smelled of herbs and smoke. Dried leaves hung from the rafters. Clay jars lined the walls, sealed with wax and symbols scratched deep enough to scar the pottery. Amara catalogued everything silently. Protective charms, wards, old ones. Inang Bato moved slowly but precisely, assigning places to sleep, boiling water, dressing wounds. She touched each survivor's forehead as if blessing them. When her fingers brushed Amara's skin, pain flashed behind her eyes. Not physical, memory. For a heartbeat, Amara saw another girl, much younger, screaming in labor, blood soaking the floor. Inang Bato's hands were steady then too, calm, unshaking. The vision snapped away. You have hunter's blood, Inang Bato murmured, almost kindly. Amara stiffened. So did your Lola. That night, the first scream came from the back room. By the time Amara reached it, the body was already cold. One of the survivors, a young man named Eli, lay drained, skin gray, veins collapsed. No wounds, no struggle, just emptied. Panic erupted. Inang, someone cried. You said we were safe. Inang Bato arrived last. She knelt beside the body, eyes wet with grief. I told him not to wander, she whispered. The spirits are restless. Amara didn't move. She smelled it now. Faint, buried beneath incense and boiled roots. Old blood. They found the second body before dawn, and the third just before sunrise threatened the horizon. Each death was different. One in sleep, one while praying, one while guarding the door. Too careful, too selective. Amara finally confronted her in the herb room, bolo in hand. You're not a protector? Amara said. You're rationing. Inang Bato sighed. Yes. The air changed. Her back straightened. Her shadow stretched unnaturally long across the floor, splitting and folding in on itself. I have kept this barangay alive for decades, she said. The city feeds me now, yes, but I do not gorge. I choose criminals, abusers, those who would not be missed. You killed Eli, Amara said. He was 17. He would have grown cruel. Inang Bato replied calmly. I have delivered thousands of children. I know which seeds rot. Her eyes glowed, dull gold, ancient. I am not like the young aswang, she continued. I do not hunt in frenzy. I tend. The fight was quiet. No lunging, no shrieks. Just two old traditions colliding in a room heavy with memory. Inang Bato moved with deceptive slowness, spells woven into every gesture. Amara's head filled with screams, women dying in childbirth, infants gasping, blood soaking the earth. Psychic backlash. This was how Inang Bato fed. Not flesh, remembrance. Amara screamed as she drove Tagaputol into the old woman's chest. Inang Bato smiled as ash spread through her veins. You will become me, she whispered, if you live long enough. She crumbled into dust and bone. leaving the room colder than before. The survivors didn't cheer. They stared at Amara like she was something else now, something worse. That night, Amara couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she felt hands on her, guiding, delivering, choosing who lived and who died. Lola's voice echoed in her skull. Choose who lives. Amara sat awake until dawn, bolo across her knees, knowing something had changed. The hunt was no longer about monsters. It was about what kind of survivor she would become.